The last Bootstrap component that I'm going to show you is a very useful one called ScrollSpy. Now this allows you to have sections of your website or the whole website where when the user scrolls, the icons at the top change to show whereabouts the user is in the website. So it's really useful, particularly if you've got a single page website which is really long and has lots of different sections. Then this will show the user where they are in that website at any one time. So let's see how it works. I'm going to get rid of all my other content here. In fact, I'll keep the nav bar, so I'll get rid of everything other than the hello world and the container. So first of all, let's build in a bit of content. So I'm just going to have a div with an ID of div1 and put a little bit of content in there and then close that div. And then I'll have div2 and div3. Just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to add some styles. So my div1 will give div1 a background color of blue. We'll give div2 a background color of red, and div3 a background color of green. And we'll give all the divs a height of 800 pixels. So let's just see how that looks. There we go. We've got a nice, I've given the nav bar a height of 800 pixels there as well. That's fine. And there's blue, green there. Okay, I think I'll just give these a class so that we have a reasonably sized nav bar. We'll give them a content div class. And then we can give content div the height instead of general divs, and that will keep everything a little bit smaller. Put a dot there and all is well. Okay, great. Now, ScrollSpy is no use if the header part of the document disappears when the user scrolls down. So we can fix that very easily with Bootstrap. We just take our navbar div and give it a class of navbar fixed top. And that will fix the navbar to the top of the page no matter where the user is. So that can be really useful if you want to keep your navigation bar, login area, etc. visible at all times. So now how do we integrate the ScrollSpy? It's pretty straightforward. We need to link up our navigation with the divs. So for that first one there, we can change the href to div1. And the second and third I've actually already done. So we've got an internal link there to div1, div2, and div3. So let's just see that in action. So page 2, it links to the red div, page 3, the green div, page 1, the blue div. So our links are all working nicely. So all we need to do to integrate ScrollSpy is add an extra couple of tags to the body, and they are data spy is equal to scroll, and data target. Now this is going to be the class or the ID of the div which contains our navbar links that we want to update as the user scrolls down. So in our case, it's this one here that we want, sorry, that one there, the div there. So we could either use collapse or navbar collapse. I'm going to go for navbar collapse just in case we were to use another collapse div somewhere else. We could of course also give that div a particular ID if we wanted to be really sure we weren't going to get any other ones. So navbar collapse. So now let's see this in action. So now when the user scrolls down, when he reaches page 2, you can see that page 2 is now highlighted. and now page 3 is highlighted. So you may have noticed that single page websites are becoming increasingly popular, particularly for things like landing pages. To stop the user having to reload the page and click somewhere to see some more information, the user just scrolls down and sees everything that they might want to know about the particular app or website or tool or whatever it might be. So this internal navigation structure with ScrollSpy makes that all work really nicely. You can still jump to sections of the website, but you can also scroll there